Kuzangpo, warm welcome to Bhutan This Week. My name is Samtan Dolkar. Our top stories this week. His Majesty the King graced the closing ceremony of the Parliament. His Holiness the J. Khenpo is presiding over a week-long sangeming ladupchen in Lhunse. And more than 25,000 stray dogs to be sterilized in March. Now the news in detail. His Majesty the King graced the closing ceremony of the 6th session of the 3rd Parliament. During the ceremony, the parliamentarians offered jabtin for His Majesty, members of the royal family, and for the peace and prosperity of the country. The 6th session of the 3rd Parliament began on the 24th of last month.
The Speaker, Chairperson of National Council, Health Minister and the Opposition Leader thanked His Majesty for keeping Bhutan and its people safe from the pandemic. While the world still battles the pandemic, His Majesty kept Bhutan protected through all adversities. The representatives also expressed their gratitude for His Majesty's unprecedented initiatives such as the Desung National Service Water Project, Desung National Service Road Project, Desung Reskilling Program, and initiating various training opportunities for those laid off by the pandemic and unemployed youth. They also thanked His Majesty for providing the much-needed guidance during His Majesty's address to the nation on the 114th National Day. Bimasaldun Sring, BBS News.
His Holiness the J. Khenpo is presiding over a week-long sangeming ladupchen at Namdoling Genzin Datsang in Lhunse. This year's dupchen is being performed for people affected by the pandemic across the world.
His Holiness is performing the dupchen along with 100 monks. It is also being performed to pay tribute to His Majesty the King and the Prime Minister for their tireless effort in combating the pandemic. His Holiness also presided over a day-long smoke offering yesterday to prevent suicide cases across the globe. In line with this, His Holiness also issued a kashu on 14th December.
Teta ranshi chamni disu guncheni da te shinre disu ge da chi teshin komba disu te tsimshin gebe be kara te lade mide chani tendalu te surmoche de nayuse shudala.
Between 2018 and 2020, more than 200 Bhutanese died by suicide. For Sonamsring in Lhunse, Chonitama for BBS News.
Some 5 districts, including Thimphu, received the season's first snowfall on Wednesday, disrupting traffic and stranding many vehicles. People are urged to refrain from traveling in these areas.
The National Center for Hydrology and Meteorology says Thimphu received 9 centimeters of snow today. The residents woke up to snow-blanketed roads and mountains, trees and roofs. Children and adults alike started stomping through the snow, making footprints, building snowmen, and enjoying a snowball fight. Thimphu saw the last snowfall in 2018. Ha received the heaviest snowfall at 24 centimeters of thickness. It was followed by Thimphu, Paro, and Gasa. Bomtang has the lowest amount of snow. The heaviest snowfall was recorded in Gasa in 2018 at 12 centimeters. The Prime Minister's office directed all the public institutions in districts experiencing heavy snowfall to work from home. The movement of vehicles has been restricted along the highway from Semtokha to Monga. People are advised to refrain from traveling. Due to heavy snowfall at Trimshingla and Yotongla passes, 14 passenger buses are stopped at Bomtang. The Department of Roads carried out de-icing works on the passes, but it is not sure if the roads would open tomorrow because of continuous snowfall. There is a forecast of snowfall in high-altitude areas tomorrow as well. Kyeolsung Choden for BBS News.
The 4-lane road between Bhutan Telecom Junction and Jungshina in Thimphu is yet to be fully ready. However, the road has already been opened to the public with hundreds of vehicles driving through it every day. The almost complete stretch has, however, become deadly, with speeding vehicles and pedestrians suddenly crossing the road.
In the last 2 months, there were 6 accidents along this road, with one resulting in the death of an 80-year-old woman. This 3-kilometer road, which was due for completion about 3 months ago in October, is still being worked on. The spacious road can be tempting, especially for thrill seekers. And oftentimes, despite the risks, people also tend to break the rules, such as suddenly changing lanes. This is illegal because the yellow line is considered as dividers.
Tinalu dajang disu lejim chimi bale tindigi bebete midi suge tinalu gari lamnile ta midi jochop machugi ta tinalu lejim bebe datin kani midi bero migi te lamdi ani be tokdi jome bala ani joagi chi dere talunko dev disuge tinalu gari di gi di jotha machudi be bero tinale gi jo
nalu lamde so de kara tab de to yila e tibe da ngache mapanalu di zebra cross lo tetelen jindi ngombara ni kislo malama beidi bewachin ani be ngache walgi ani chugbe zode do bala ta ani chi zosu telen zebra cross tenani traffic gi sign da ani so yebachin astab deni mela
senbo gane mi bigalen de gari kongi kadhabe damala lalu yadaina madane hamigubela de rongseina de rangiseina rogiseine tani mindula ani beyugalen de tetera geran leshimbe dan de banana ro
In light of the increasing number of accidents, the traffic police say they are making round-the-clock inspections along the stretch. Meanwhile, the Bhutan This says they will not install any dividers here, although they are considering adding CCTV cameras to monitor. And that includes speed limit signs and speed breakers. For Pema Selden Sering, this is Tanden Finso for BBS News.
Starting next academic year, comprehensive sexuality education or CSE will be a part of the new normal curriculum. It will be taught in schools across the country and students will be assessed. Facilitation training for priority schools was held in Bumtang to implement it. CSE is a sex education subject to equip students with knowledge, attitude and skills to make appropriate choices in their lives.
Sexuality education has been a part of the school curricula since 2008 in the form of life skills education, but reports of youth-related issues such as teenage pregnancy, suicide, and sexual harassment have been prevalent in the country. Bhutan reported at least 240 cases of teenage pregnancy last year alone. Meanwhile, the 2017 population and housing census shows that nearly half of Bhutan's population is below the age of 24. Studies also suggest that not many adolescents in the country are aware of comprehensive sexuality education.
Children are not really aware about the CSE even as they graduate from their formal education. When they don't understand all this, then they cannot take care of their own body, they cannot decide on their own. So we thought that I think it's very important for them to at least get themselves equipped as they become the human, as adults actually.
The National Strategic Framework on CSE was launched last week in Thimphu. CSE concepts are integrated into existing subjects taught in schools from classes PP to 12. They will be implemented as curriculum-based formal classroom lessons and also as informal program-based activities. The United Nations Population Fund and Renew are partnering with the Education Ministry to implement it in schools and communities.
We see the launch of National Strategic Framework on Comprehensive Sexuality Education as a milestone achieved for the nation and especially for the youth.
Teachers and education officers from 3 pilot schools in Bumtang, Shemga and Trongsa attended the training. Counselors from 20 priority schools from 16 districts also underwent a similar training.
We might face time constraints and other challenges, but as it is already integrated into the curriculum, we will not have to allocate a separate period for it. Moreover, we can also apply it through activities such as observation of international days. We can also sensitize the parents during parent-teacher meetings.
If we implement these, then I think that our Buddhist children, they will become more open to the society, to the parents, to the teachers, everyone. Through that, at least that suicide problems and teenage pregnancy, abortions and rape cases, these will minimize because they will get seek help from the health centers.
If we tackle this problem at the grassroots level only, so later with the upcoming generation, there won't be such social issue. I cannot say that it won't prevail in a society, but somehow we would be able to prevent it.
Organizers also plan to present the implementation strategy to teachers attending the upcoming mass orientation on new normal curriculum this winter break. Kipchu, BBS News, Bhutan.
The Tashigang police have forwarded the alleged sexual harassment case involving an assistant lecturer of Sharapsi College to the district court. The police had deployed a special investigation team in November to investigate the case.
The investigation revealed that the accused had allegedly harassed female students through text messages asking for midnight rides, commenting on their personal character and body shaming them. The accused has been charged with 10 counts of sexual harassment as per Section 205 of the Penal Code. He is also charged with 5 counts of harassment under the Section 462. The Tashigang police are prosecuting the case. A team from the Royal University of Bhutan also investigated the case and suspended the assistant lecturer last month. It then forwarded the case to the Tashigang police. A group of female students from Sharapsi College had filed a harassment complaint against the assistant lecturer in May this year. The issue came to the limelight after a newspaper published the story, which was discussed widely on social media. For Sonam Darge in Tashigang, Sonam Pem for BBS News.
Presenting the third State of the Nation report in the Parliament, the Prime Minister pledged to deliver the highest level of accountability. Taking inspiration from His Majesty the King's address to the nation on the 114th National Day, the Prime Minister said that the ultimate task at hand for everyone is to revolutionize the way of working for the greater good of the people and the country.
로치기 린로 구야 투투에 메바 두바 로미 하쇼 추릉이 피쇼베 화삼 남더베 사치 차슈다게 에서 쇼니빌라 겐쿠다 겐티 남달로에 베수숲디 싸겐 다시날로 조라 마토바친 히 팔lum로 퓨자니 메마시나 겐티 랑기 남디기베 다벤 베미츠베 마레 세미디 셰기 제고 에서 쇼니비 다니 볼렸던 뒤치 다게용 뒤쳔기 순드데 치카 미망루 까나메기 까지다 뛴디기베 개합이 내땅디 땡아 녜소 좀집에 아님 집에 자니 구타리 쭈니 라 가데 타타 하섬남데기 골레 베시나 데 상페 내땅 아니 좀 진달로 땡아기 미세 마루 록슈니기 나와치 다리 쇼고베에서 슈니빌라.
The People's Democratic Party criticized the Prime Minister's presentation of the State of the Nation report. The party, through a press release, stated that the Prime Minister failed to present the annual report, which includes the state of the country and the government's annual plans and priorities as mandated by the Constitution. The party has accused the action as a violation of the Constitution. The Prime Minister had said that it was not befitting to present the annual report at this juncture and that a comprehensive report would be presented next year to the House. Now, as part of the National Accelerated Dog Population Management Program, more than 25,000 stray dogs will be sterilized in March next year. To this effect, the Department of Livestock, along with the DSUPs, carried out the first nationwide stray dog population survey. The two-day survey conducted in 19 districts recorded more than 63,000 stray dogs across the country. Most of the dogs were sterilized in the past. It is a part of the Dog Population Control Flagship Program to address the problems caused by stray dogs.
More than 3,000 Desubs and 400 livestock officials carried out the stray dog population survey. They surveyed the dogs using a mobile phone application. They said it will help in planning the 2-week-long mass sterilization and vaccination campaign in March. Officials said, despite numerous attempts in the past, 100% sterilization could not be achieved due to limited manpower and difficulties in catching stray dogs. They said, in the past, such campaigns were carried out at a very small scale in districts and geogs, based on the availability of budget.
The survey will help decide where to set up cleaning centers in the geogs when we roll out the nationwide dog sterilization program in March.
He said the program will help address the problems, including dog bite cases and rabies outbreaks in the country. The National Center for Animal Health recorded 19 rabies outbreaks last year, and about 7,000 people are bitten by dogs every year.
If we don't look into the matter right now, a dog and her puppies can produce about 60,000 puppies in 5 years. In that case, there are chances of dog population outgrowing human population in the country.
As part of the program, the department also microchipped more than 7,000 pet dogs and sterilized almost 95% of the stray dogs in Thimphu in October. The microchip is an electronic device that provides the digital identity of pet dogs and their owners. The program intends to achieve 100% sterilization of stray dogs and register and vaccinate all pet dogs by 2023. PBS News.
The Bhutan Agriculture and Food Regulatory Authority seized 1,800 kilograms of banned green chilies from a vegetable vendor recently. An official said that the man was caught at Ramtokto in Thimphu. The seized chilies were disposed of at Memilakha in Thimphu. The vendor will be fined close to 3 million item, 10 times the current market value of 158 item a kilogram. From self-driving cars to smart farming as well as smart homes and beyond, 5G or the fifth generation of mobile network is expected to change the way people live, work and play. And Bhutanese can now look forward to reaping the benefits of the 5G technology with the service available from both telecom operators in the country. Bhutan Telecom launched the 5G commercial network in the core town areas of Thimphu, Paro and Phinsoling.
For now, only a few models of Vivo phones support the Bhutan Telecom's 5G network. The company's 5G project unit said negotiations are ongoing with the Apple and Samsung companies to make BT's 5G service accessible through their mobile phones. Following that, Apple's iPhone 12 series and latest versions and Samsung's Galaxy series and other Android users will be able to access the 5G network.
Apple has confirmed to us that by fall of next year, September of 2022, when they release their patch software upgrade for their iPhones and iPads, there they will open up Bhutan Telecom's network for 5G. Similarly with Samsung, we are also in advanced stage of discussion and we are awaiting for the test software. This we are targeting in about 2-3 months or maybe first quarter of next year for Samsung.
5G is reportedly the fastest wireless network ever created. It is expected to be 10 times faster than the 4G network.
The actual data throughput for one station will be about 1.4, 1.3 to 1.4. So whichever customers are connected in that speed will be shared. Even during peak 5G use case, once all handsets are available, we will see a speed of 150 to 200 MB for a customer. Similarly for LTE today, it's just 200 MB per station.
Bhutan Telecom plans to deploy 5G networks in other parts of the country in a phased manner. The introduction of 5G network is expected to drive innovation opportunities for the businesses, industries and public sectors in the country. PBS News.
Schools in Lhunsi started the One Child, Seven Skills policy last year, and it is unique to the district. It is an initiative to give some skills to children that can prove valuable later in life. The policy is being piloted in 18 schools and ECCDs. In Tangmochu Central School, students have already learned to make offerings or sekha for local deities.
This group of girls of Tangmochu Central School is on their way to the prayer hall. And they are not alone. A group of boys join them for a different class. They are here to make an offering. And this is part of the One Child, Seven Skills policy.
Dele lamgi sekha ko lanjume sung bedelu dele anilamgi kibe godin thapsimle dele anale bengaragi semne to achong isunila ani bendigi dinalu chamutuila.
It is like reaching a monastery filled with monks.
Rixildi ngachara lobre lamgi be ngache lobtu malu dera to yimi disu segatani dilu thabasho se sunam de tendigi be ngai rangi to il be tendigi be seganalu chama to tuin sudula
tangagi ani zimine den sora ani lam disu lapsimle ani ngachi umi darnabun nashin darusap an chungku disu luteni bi.
Tashitobge is one of the 2 teachers sent by the central monastic body to help the students with the skill.
Luchechili le machole tindi de jabmato to kimi da thande kimi di tenamseme de leshara thume de ngachara chugi da tung jali phuni di tenamseme to de bomra ke meschuni da
de lobtu disulu de damkha phini ge denlo de khonagi chodum gachi nebina towa gachi bina ani sunalu de khonagi damkha chamdigi denlo damkha mambe phini denlo de ngachi debi shaisuni.
The program started in April this year, and students are taught 26 different skills. And this happens every Saturday for 2 hours. After about half an hour, the offering ends, but the skill goes beyond the classroom. For Doji Gelsen in Lhunsi, Kinzang Laden, BBS News.
And that's an end to our week's news bulletin. Thanks for watching. Goodbye and stay safe.